Hi everyone. Hi there. Audrey here. Welcome back. I look forward to speaking with you today, guys. I want to share with you four reasons. Four reasons why you have not landed the HR job of your dreams. And want to just go ahead and dive right in. Thanks. Hi there. I see you joining us. All right. So with mindset. Yes, I know we've all heard it a lot. Changing of the mindset, and it's so true, guys. Oftentimes when I speak with clients, I find that their mindset is all over the place. They are overwhelmed. You know, they look at a job description, they read the components of the job description, and they're overwhelmed. So let's start with the mindset. As a man thinketh, so is he, is often what we hear. And so some things that I want to share with you when it comes to a job description. A job description is a wish list. Yes, it's a wish list of a hiring manager. Oftentimes as an HR partner, when I speak with hiring managers, they give me some of the things that they prefer. And it's not always the essential duties of the job. So as an HR professional / recruiter, it is my job, sorry about this, my monitor here is moving around, so bear with me. Oftentimes they're talking about, things that they prefer. And at the end of the day, it's my job as the HR professional recruiter to really hone in on the essential duties. So yes, the job description is really essential. It communicates the business need. However, at the end of the day, guys, do not allow the job description and all the elements in the job description to deter you from wanting to apply to the job, okay? So, changing of the mind. Last week, I talked to you guys about me being an HR game changer. If you had not had the opportunity to look at that video, I encourage you to check that video out because I gave you some of the ways how I broke into HR. But again, when we think about the job description, it is a wish list from the hiring manager, and not every single person that they interview meets every single thing that's on that job description. So I wanted to let you guys know that, just HR inside scoop. The other component is when you look at a job description and when you start thinking and start telling yourself those negative thoughts, that is portrayed if and when you're called by a potential employer, that transitions. So when you change your mind, change your mindset into things that are positive, knowing that if you want to target HR, if you want to work in a specialized area of HR, know exactly what the job duties require, but also know what you can bring to the table, because as you engage with employers, that's really what's going to sell you. Okay? All right. So changing of the mind. All right. So that's number one. And if you guys have any questions, as we said last week, please comment below. I'm going to drop in my Acuity link so that you can schedule a time to speak with me. All right. So we can dive a little deeper as to what's been your challenge in your job search. All right. So let's go with number two. Lack of a targeted search. Oftentimes when people reach out to me, my clients, potential clients reach out to me, they want to be in HR, but they're not sure where. They want to be either in a specialized area, either in talent acquisition, or, so I'm not sure what's going on with my thing here. Or they want to, be a generalist or benefits, or they just don't know. And oftentimes that translates when they are, going in front of an employer. And so you have to be targeted. You have to be targeted when you are doing this. You got to make sure that if you want to join, like you want to be in HR, you have to know what area. If it's a generalist, then yes, then that's your target approach. Learn all things generalist. Know that it's encompassing of everything. You have to be willing to roll up your sleeves, be a communicator. You have to have some analytical skills. You have to be able to assess data. When I say analytical skills, have Excel, Microsoft Suite proficiency, all of those things, okay? That's just the basics. So if you want to be a recruiter, you have to know all things recruiter. You have to be able to sell yourself. You have to be able to be the brand ambassador of the company. So you're the face. So those things you have to be able to talk and articulate to a prospective employer. So when I talk with my clients and they say, hey, you've been in HR for such a long time. And I'm like, yeah, how can I help you? And then they say, well, I'm interested in HR, but I'll just get my foot in the door type opportunity. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? You want to be an HR assistant? You want to be, kind of walk me through well, I'm not sure. I just want my foot in the door. Well, that comes across to an employer is you're not certain. This person isn't, maybe not be the best on my team because they're not quite sure what they want to do in HR. So again, have a targeted approach. Know the industry. Know if you want to be in healthcare. Know if you want to be in federal government contracting. Here in the DMV area, that's a lot that's there's a lot of federal government contractors that's in the area. So just know the industry, know the employer of choice. Google. You can always Google. You can look at different organizations based on your needs, your targeted professional approach. Again, just have a targeted approach. And once you're able to have that targeted approach in your search, then you can hone in on the employers that really speak to your where you're trying to go. Some people want to work at Google. Well, search all things Google. If you want to work at Microsoft, search all things Microsoft. Know their events. Know when they have on-site speaking engagements. All of those things. So when you have a strategy and your target approach on your job, on your HR job search, it will make things much better for you. So again, number 2 was lack of targeted searching. Know exactly an employer that you want. Have your top 3 to 5 is what I recommend. And then you're able to really structure your search and proceed. So let's go into number 3, personal branding. So personal branding, by Audrey's definition, is self-packaging. How you present yourself and how others perceive you, okay? That's what personal branding is. And as a personal branding strategist in HR, I recommend that you build a strategy. Once you've already identified your targeted search and understand what specific area in HR that you want to move forward with, then I recommend that you take that approach, that's your baseline, and you're able to build your personal brand so that when you are in front of others, whether it be an interviewer or recruiter, etc., you're speaking the language of the profession, the position, that you really want to target. So if you really want to be an HR generalist, your personal brand should be speaking of your communicational skills, your project management skills, things that are related to benefit administration, how you would be a value added to their team, and why they want to hurry up and make you an offer. So by understanding your targeted search and being able to dive deep, guys, into what your personal brand should represent. When I start speaking to someone, for instance, they immediately know from not only my resume, but by trade, by my HR background, I am a talent acquisition management professional as well as in HR. So again, it's all about the brand because I'm able to speak about all things employer branding. I'm able to articulate who I am and what I represent in HR. And also, guys, being able to just they can perceive from you too. If you're all over the place, they're going to be able to see that. So you want to project a brand where they're going to want to welcome you in. If it's on an invite, let's say you're on an employer on-site event and you're speaking with the hiring manager. The hiring manager, once you start engaging and sharing, having your elevator pitch, they're going to be able to say, hey, I want to engage more. Either they're going to invite you for, maybe a virtual coffee meet if they're not limited on time, or they're going to want to have you come on site. But they're going to certainly, once they perceive your personal brand, they're going to want to bring you on, okay? So let's dive on into number 4, which is one of the top ways that I've seen, reasons why people do not land their HR job of choice. They lack a network presence. Last week, just if you didn't get an opportunity, again, for those that are just joining me, to check out my video last week on how I talked about how I'm an HR game changer and how I was able to land an HR job with limited experience. When it comes to networking, guys, networking is just your key, and I don't care what profession you're in. Understanding the key players. In order to be a game changer in your field, you got to know who the key players are, okay? And so by having your personal brand, having your targeted search, and also having a change in mindset, you're going to be able to move forward in networking. You're going to be able to, okay, once you've done your due diligence, you change your mind, you've already changed, you know exactly what you want to target in HR, you're going to then have your brand established. And when you go out to network and engage with key players in different organizations, because you've done the research, you know the VPs of those companies, you know the changes, the CEOs, you're going to know any news, any updated news that's happened within an employer, you're going to be able to dive in. You're going to be able to showcase that when you network. There's a bunch of happy hours that you can attend. Find out if there's any speaking engagements. Find out if there's any things that they're doing on site. Find out if there's been a recent merger, or find out, and you can find some of these things out by going to the website of the employer, but also look at LinkedIn. Look at Eventbrite. Eventbrite is a really, really, really good networking platform, as well as Meetup. So those are just some ideas of places where you can go and target for networking engagement. So to recap real quick, and I know this has been pretty much a quick call, video, but I also wanted to just jump in real quick, guys, and say, again, as I engage and as I speak with clients, as I, speak with colleagues and even look at my past journey of really how I got into HR, I found that these 4 reasons has been why people have not been able to land the HR job of their dreams. Again, they think, because of my lack of the educational requirements, or I lack the experience, etc. Starts with the mind. Again, recap these 4 reasons. Starting with the mind. Yes, job descriptions are really essential, but they are, again, a wish list of a hiring manager. So read the job descriptions, you can, but really start with the mindset. Look at your value added, look at your transferable skills, add that to your resume. Number 2, your targeted search. Make sure, again, that you know the employer of choice, you know the position that you really want to hone in on and target. That will set you apart. Number 3, know your personal brand. A lot of people lack a personal brand. So you want to develop your personal brand so that you can really sell yourself, okay? And number 4, network. I have colleagues and, former colleagues that they're in transition and they don't understand why, they haven't landed their job. And then I ask them, when was the last time they networked? And they were like, well, I don't like networking. I don't like speaking with people. Well, I'm sorry. Networking is key. And so you really, really, really have to hone in on networking, build your brand in your network, introduce yourself to different business owners as well as VPs, key personnel. And by that time, they're going to be able to really see that you're really sharp. They're going to want to add you to their team. And you never know, you may be able to tap into some hidden jobs. I tell you what, to find out more, I want you to click on that link. I want you to share this video with your friends, and I want you to definitely, review this video. Make sure that if you have any questions, reach out to me on my Acuity schedule, and I look forward to speaking with you guys. Thank you so much for your time. I really, really, really appreciate you, and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you. Till next week, I'll see you guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.